but you never can tell. Does everybody live in a dreamland? Is this dreamland or the we know?
Hello and welcome back to episode 2 of Minecraft, but when I die, the series ends. So I started off this episode by putting some more planks into the ground, and then once I'd done that, I actually headed off to the woods and I found a wolf, but I didn't have bones on me, so I had to block it into a place so that I could come back to it and give it the bones when I had some. That only took a second, so once I'd finished that, I actually noticed a drowned was standing under a tree nearby, and so I killed that to get some more of the rotten flesh. And once I'd killed that, I then went back home. So I know there's been a lot of harvesting of wooden planks and placing them in my floor, but I promise you this is finally it. I finally managed to finish the ground. So once I'd done that, I started putting some glass in the spaces for the windows that I'd made. I had a lot of glass, so I was sure I'd be able to do at least one layer, which I did. And this would stop any other mobs from jumping into my house. Of course, I didn't have enough glass to finish it, but hey ho, I could do that later. So I did notice actually outside there was a really nice looking horse. So I headed out with this horse gold armour I'd gotten a little while ago. It didn't want me to sit on its back. A bunch of times it would shake me off. And then I realised actually, I'm just being dumb. You can't put gold horse armour on a horse and expect to be able to ride it. So I'd have to cage it up for the night. But the thing is, suddenly, oh my goodness, I could have sworn this was hardcore mode, even though I didn't set it to that, because there were so many mobs. They were everywhere. So I couldn't really get in time, so I just kind of had to run in. And then I went back out to get the horse in the morning. So I fetched my axe from the chest, and then I headed out with my axe so that I could break the fence that I'd put randomly already. And then I was able to properly cage the horse up until I had leashes or a saddle. So I broke the fence that was there. And then I noticed there was actually a skeleton nearby, so I had a go at killing that so that I could get bones to tame wolves with. So I managed to get there in the end, and I got 2 bones from it, which I was very happy about. So after that I headed off to tame a wolf. But when I actually got there, there was no wolf there. It must have despawned. I don't know, but that was kind of annoying. Anyway, after that, I saw a tiny wolf and it was so cute. So I had to go at taming that, but then nope, that wolf was having none of it and sadly couldn't be tamed at the moment. So I caged it up in the vague hope that it might stay there. So there's something that happened with the recording, and so it didn't quite get everything in. But basically there was another tiny baby wolf there, and I decided to cage that one up too, until I got more bones to be able to tame them. But I basically fiddled around in the village for a bit, got myself quite a bit of coal, and then I headed back home with all of the stuff that I got. Also, I managed to get quite a lot of food. As you can see, I have carrots in my hand, which I could then use later on. I was thinking of making like a pig farm, so I was working on that. I led 2 pigs home just as it was getting dark, just so that I could maybe use them later for that pig farm I'd been thinking about. But it was night time, so I had to kind of leave them out there. Actually, 2 of them sadly died to a creeper explosion. One was really hurt, so that wasn't the best. I actually got really low that night because this zombie was just bugging me. So I ended up on 2 hearts, trying to eat so that I wouldn't lose hearts too quickly and that I'd gain some back. But then it would just not stop following me, so I didn't have enough time to really eat and heal up. Yeah, I got so low that night. But finally I managed to kill the zombie with my axe, and then I went to bed. Alright, I started off the day by healing up from the hearts I'd lost last night, and then I also had some haystacks, so I made wheat, which I could then make into bread. Now, the more observant of you might have realised that there was another creeper outside my house. This one was still there, and he actually ended up making a big crater outside my house too. So I filled that in. So after I'd done that, I actually noticed there was a wandering trader with his 2 llamas. Now, I don't really care too much about his trades, and I didn't have anything very good on me to trade with him. So I got his leads so that I could use that to tie up my horse to my house, so that it wouldn't move too far away until I had a saddle. So the llamas just stood over there having a fight with each other, whilst I rounded up some pigs for my pig farm. Whilst I was rounding up these porkers, I actually found under a tree 4 bones. Yes, 4, which I could use for my wolves later. Hopefully they hadn't despawned anyway. So I had a tough time rounding up the pigs, but in the end I managed to get about 5, and I managed to cage them up, but they kept not following me because they didn't know where I was with the carrot, so I had to round them up a few times before I could actually get them in the pen. In fact, it took so long that a whole night went by before they actually got in there. But I was glad of it. A pig farm, or any type of farm, basically means endless food. So I knew I'd have enough to keep me going all the time. So after that, even though not all of the recording got in, I went off with the bones to get the wolves that I'd caged up a little while ago. Yeah, so the first one was a complete success. I found it there, it hadn't despawned, and I managed to tame him. Oh, he's so cute. I called him Timmy because I thought it was a pretty cute name. Then that other wolf I'd been talking about, I checked on its pen. But, yep, another despawn. Oh well, at least I got 1 wolf, and I had enough bones to get another if I wanted to. Also, something that's super cute is when you go too far, they teleport to you. I found that pretty funny.
I believe I can fly.
Then I made sure that I had a blue bed because I had some blue dye and I thought that would look pretty cool. Also, I used that blue dye to give my dog a blue collar. And then after that, lastly, I decided to use meat to grow it up so it would be an adult dog. Just then I thought, oh, why not build a kennel for my dog so that it will have somewhere to live just next to my house. So I started work on that kennel, and it actually turned out pretty good. Hold up, if you want to see the rest of what I did to that kennel and some more on this world, then stay tuned for the next episode of it coming soon. Also, the next episode of our build challenge will come soon, so I hope you enjoy that too. Anyway, have a good one, guys. Bye.